Good day everyone. For those for those who do not know me yet, I'm Cyclin Billy Disma. I live in Poblacion Trinto, Agusan del Sur. Um, Taking the program of Bachelor of Science, Secondary Education, major in English, second year. Um, this subject is AL 107, and the teacher gave me this topic. My topic um, is all about what is the main grammar in the theory of language. Um, in linguistic theories, grammars refers to the systematic rules in structure that, that govern how words and sentences are formed in a language. Um, Before we're going to the main topic, I present video presentation. So I download in YouTube to understand more is the what is grammar and its importance into our society. Um, Let me see the video and enjoy watching. Please listen.
You're telling a friend an amazing story, and you just get to the best part when suddenly he interrupts. The alien and I, not me and the alien. Most of us would probably be annoyed, but aside from the rude interruption, does your friend have a point? Was your sentence actually grammatically incorrect? And if he still understood it, why does it even matter? From the point of view of linguistics, grammar is a set of patterns for how words are put together to form phrases or clauses, whether spoken or in writing. Different languages have different patterns. In English, the subject normally comes first, followed by the verb and then the object, while in Japanese and many other languages, the order is subject, object, verb. Some scholars have tried to identify patterns common to all languages, but apart from some basic features, like having nouns or verbs, few of these so-called linguistic universals have been found. And while any language needs consistent patterns to function, the study of these patterns opens up an ongoing debate between two positions known as prescriptivism and descriptivism. Grossly simplified, prescriptivists think a given language should follow consistent rules, while descriptivists see variation and adaptation as a natural and necessary part of language. For much of history, the vast majority of language was spoken. But as people became more interconnected and writing gained importance, written language was standardized to allow broader communication and ensure that people in different parts of a realm could understand each other. In many languages, this standard form came to be considered the only proper one, despite being derived from just one of many spoken varieties, usually that of the people in power. Language purists worked to establish and propagate this standard by detailing a set of rules that reflected the established grammar of their times. And rules for written grammar were applied to spoken language as well. Speech patterns that deviated from the written rules were considered corruptions, or signs of low social status, and many people who had grown up speaking in these ways were forced to adopt the standardized form. More recently, however, linguists have understood that speech is a separate phenomenon from writing, with its own regularities and patterns. Most of us learn to speak at such an early age that we don't even remember it. We form our spoken repertoire through unconscious habits, not memorized rules. And because speech also uses mood and intonation for meaning, its structure is often more flexible, adapting to the needs of speakers and listeners. This could mean avoiding complex clauses that are hard to parse in real time, making changes to avoid awkward pronunciation, or removing sounds to make speech faster. The linguistic approach that tries to understand and map such differences without dictating correct ones is known as descriptivism. Rather than deciding how language should be used, it describes how people actually use it and tracks the innovations they come up with in the process. But while the debate between prescriptivism and descriptivism continues, the two are not mutually exclusive. At its best, prescriptivism is useful for informing people about the most common established patterns at a given point in time. This is important not only for formal contexts, but it also makes communication easier between non-native speakers from different backgrounds. Descriptivism, on the other hand, gives us insight into how our minds work and the instinctive ways in which we structure our view of the world. Ultimately, grammar is best thought of as a set of linguistic habits that are constantly being negotiated and reinvented by the entire group of language users. Like language itself, it's a wonderful and complex fabric woven through the contributions of speakers and listeners, writers and readers, prescriptivists and descriptivists from both near and far.
Um, that's will be all the presentation of video. Now, we're going to the main topic of my report. Um, my topic is all about what is the main grammar in the theory of language. In linguistics, theory of grammars refers to the systematic rules, structures that provide how words and sentences are formed in a language. Different linguistics there are defined grammatical various ways, um, including descriptive grammar. Descriptive grammar traditional rules about correct usage. Descriptive Number two is descriptive grammar. How language actually use speakers. Number three is generative grammar. By Noam Chomsky, a set of rules that predict how sentence be generate language. And number three is cognitive grammar, focused on how language process in the mind. And number four is functional grammars, emphasize the role, communication, and meaning grammar. It minutes per month. Furthermore, we're going to tackle about the understanding grammar in the theory of language. Um, Grammar is a fundamental concept in linguistics, referred to the set of rules that govern structures of language. Different linguistic theories interpret and define grammar in the various ways, um, shaping our understanding in how language functions in the communication. This report explores the concept of grammar in language theories, discussing effective types of their significance. Definition of grammar. Grammar can be broadly defined as the system of the rules that structure words, phrase, and sentence in language. It includes syntax, sentence structure, morphology, words formation, phonology, sound patterns, and semantic meaning. Linguistic analyze grammar to understand how language function involved in process in human mind. So my insight and understanding about the grammar is crucial in the human being, even though animals have their own grammar, the like dog cat, any kind of animals, there also their own grammar. And also, um, as a human, we have a lot of grammar that should be applied. Um, in our country, I should in the Philippines right now, there's a lot of grammar should be considered. Especially in Bisaya Bisaya and Tagalog. If you speak Bisaya, you should I think kanang mura bitaw mura kag musinggit kanang pinagahi bitaw ang Bisaya compared to the Tagalog, like mura rag kalma Tagalog so and then napoy example ani kay Ilonggo na Ilonggo nga gahi napoy Ilonggo nga humok, di ba? So for grammar is kanang grabe gid siya ka broadly define the system rules that structures word na phrase and sentence. Language it include syntax, sentence structure, morphology, word formation, phonology, sound pattern, and semantics meaning. Linguistic analyze grammar to understand how language function involves or process in human mind, di ba? Dif it depende sa imo kintabi imong tone is kanang nasuko, that's include also a grammar, um structure of phrase and sentence, and language that includes in syntax sentence, that's all our grammar. So grammars is important to instruct and application of words. So we're going to the next slide. Type of grammars in the language theories. Okay, there are how many types of grammar in that language theory? This is all. These are from my base. These are from my research now. Number one is prescriptive grammar. Establish rules of what considered incorrect or standard. Language usage. Example: He doesn't have any money. I considered correct, while he don't get no money is seen as incorrect. Di ba? Muna siya na number two is descriptive grammar. Focus on how language is actually used in speakers rather than exposing rules. Example scenario. In casual speaks, people they say gonna instead of going to. It a described grammarian notes this natural language phenomenon is rather than an error. Generative grammar Noam Chomsky introduced by Noam Chomsky proposed language based on a net set of rules that human to generate sentence. Example: the sentence "the cat sat in the mud" follows syntactic files that a generate grammar can predict. Number 4 is cognitive grammar. Associated cognitive linguistics suggests that grammar shapes human cognition, emphasize that language is used to thought process and conceptual structure rather than an independent role of syntax. Example, a metaphor like time is money reflect how language influenced by human perception. Wala na may time 14 minutes. The time already 14 minutes. So lastly, functional grammar. Functional grammar grammar focus on how language is used to communication rather just structure. It examine how different sentence contribute to meaning and context. Example: could you open the window? So it asking for question, di ba? So it is a question structures ala nawala structural function the hierarchy ways of communication. How? In conclusion, grammar is not just a set of rules, but a dynamic system that will reflect human cognition and social interaction. The study of grammar from the various linguistic perspectives enhance our understanding of how a language function and function involves. I think that's all. Thank you for listening.